Hello there everyone, my name is Kirsten, and today's video I thought I would do something I've been wanting to do for quite some time, but also I haven't done one of these tag videos in a very long time. I've wanted to speak on this topic for quite some time. I just didn't know how to go about bringing up this topic, but since I recently discovered this disability tag, these questions seemed like they would be interesting to try to answer. So I figured I may as well go ahead and participate in this. And I will go ahead and try to answer as honestly as I possibly can. So without further ado, I'm gonna grab my phone and we are gonna go ahead and get right on into these questions here. Question number one is, what is the name of your disability? The name of my disability is autism, but in particular I fall under the Asperger's syndrome part of autism. So I kind of hope that makes sense because there's various different stages of autism. So under most of these categories, I do fall under the Asperger's syndrome. Question number two is, how does it affect you? From what I understand, how it deeply affects me in certain ways is that I have a hard time communicating with others and just lacking certain social skills in that aspect. And I tend to have one or a few repetitive behaviors, one of which I will admit they are quite strange and random, and not a lot of people tend to do these things. But for example, I have a tendency to spin in my room, which is occasionally a part of my repetitive behavior. And I also have a strange way of making weird noises for like a certain period of time, just to name a few. Question number three is, how and when were you diagnosed? I basically went through some sort of testing with a doctor or maybe a psychologist. I was pretty young during that time, but when I lived in Indiana at the time when I was really young, I was first diagnosed with attachment disorder, and because autism is defined differently in guys than it is of girls, for some weird reason, girls in the autism spectrum, which can be pretty rare, usually tends to get recognized when they get a little bit older. And for some weird reason, attachment disorder was the first thing I got diagnosed with. For some weird reason, the doctors didn't know what they were doing at that time. However, when I moved to California, I was diagnosed with autism when I was about 9 years old. Technically, I was diagnosed at 3, or at least I was supposed to be diagnosed at 3. But then when I moved to California, I was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome when I was 9 years old. Question number four is, what is something you enjoy doing that you cannot do as much as you'd like? Definitely having a very good social life. I love meeting new people and I enjoy talking to people. And there are days where I do feel like I'm more introverted than I should be, even though my dream one day is to become an actor one day, and it's still considered a dream job of mine that I'd love to get into in the future one day. Even though I love meeting new people and chatting with new people, I have a hard time trying to stay in contact, which is something I still kind of struggle with till this very day. So it's not that I grew tired of these people or anything, it's just I have a really bad social life, and for that I know it's very, very strange of me to just not stay in contact with certain types of people. Unless it's with close friends or family, I do have a hard time trying to have a pretty good social life, both on social media, contacts generally, and in real life. So that's something I feel like I struggle with a lot. Question number 5 is, what is one experience you would not have had if you did not have a disability? That's a really good question, to be honest. I feel kind of lost with this one, to be honest, because I don't know. I just feel like if I were to come up with something that I probably wouldn't have had I not had the disability that I do have, I honestly feel like I probably would have a much more better social life, to be honest. I mean, that's the only thing I can come up with, really, if I'm just being honest, because I feel like I could have accomplished so many things just myself having a social life and everything else like that. Question number 6 is, what has your disability taught you? From what I could understand about the Asperger's syndrome of autism, it does have a tendency to fall under the intelligence part of the autism spectrum disorder. Very high functioning, I must say. What I learned about my disability is that when I genuinely have a strong interest in something, I do have a tendency to want to learn a little bit more, almost to the point where it's complete obsession. And I feel like that I would just know automatically. There are some things I talk to people about that some people may or may not have known. So I think in some regards, I think that's pretty cool. Also, I do have a multi-talented personality. For example, I'm pretty good with art. I'm really good with creative writing. In fact, I know I've said this plenty of times before in my previous videos, but I do have plans in the future of hopefully wanting to publish my book one of these days. So I think that's something I would really love to achieve in the future. And also, I am obviously pretty good at acting. I wouldn't say I'm the best actress in the world, but I would say I'm pretty decent at acting. Question number 7 is, does your disability affect you planning for the future? Absolutely. I feel like it does affect my future in so many different ways. And because I'm pretty lacking in the social department and just lack poor social skills altogether, I feel like it does affect me in my personal life and in professional lives, that I can't find the jobs that I enjoy doing, and that there are jobs that I want to try to attempt, but I know I couldn't be able to do that. In a way, it does affect me in so many different ways. So again, social life, I feel like, is a really big problem in that department. Question number 8 is, if you could give yourself one piece of advice about living with your disability, what would it be? I know this one is gonna sound like it is a bit cliche in this department, but I feel like it is so true. If I could give myself one piece of advice, it is the fact that we are all human. We live life, we make mistakes, we learn, we grow, we just go on with life. And again, I know it sounds very cliche, but in the end, nobody is really perfect. And if people are capable of having some physical or mental disability in some sort of way, shape, or form, then by all means, all of us are not perfect. Question number 9 is, talk a little bit about 3 other disabled YouTubers you enjoy watching. When it comes to disabled YouTubers in particular, whether that would be somebody with a physical or mental disability, One person at the top of my head that I can think of that has a disability is somebody like Atsby World. And I recently discovered his videos, and I think they're pretty interesting to learn. He covers topics related to autism, and I think they're kind of really neat and entertaining in so many different ways. I think he's an overall pretty cool entertainer. I enjoy watching his videos from time to time, and they are such a wealth of information, so I do enjoy watching them from time to time. Second person I can think of is, unfortunately, she's not active on YouTube anymore as far as I've known, and I haven't seen her videos in quite some time. But second person that I can think of, and she is considered like a vegan animal rights activist, and that person in particular is known as Bite-Sized Vegan. And what's really interesting is that she is an autistic person just like myself, and she covers really interesting topics related to veganism. So I just think they're quite interesting topics that she tends to cover, and just a good wealth of knowledge, I feel like, and I do enjoy going back and watching her videos from time to time. Third and final person that I can also come up with that I also enjoy watching, she goes by the name Sweet Anita, and she is both a YouTuber and a Twitch streamer. And what makes her videos and her streams so unique is that she has Tourette's syndrome. I feel like her videos are so entertaining to watch, and they are incredibly funny. Now, I know that people with Tourette's syndrome, they don't have any particular control over what they do or what they say, but the way she presents herself to the world and to entertain other people, to make others laugh and everything else like that, I think it's really cool that she embraces her disability the way she does right now to entertain and make people laugh, which is why I tend to find her streams and her videos so incredibly funny and so entertaining. So all three of these YouTubers that I have mentioned, definitely go check them out. They are listed in the description box down below. Final question, well, I should say this one isn't technically a question, but final question at number 10 is tag 4 other disabled YouTubers to do this tag. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of people that I am friends with that has like a disability that I am aware of, but however, person watching this video, if you have a disability, I tag you to do this video yourself. And if you do have a chance to make this video yourself related to these questions, definitely send me the link in the comment section down below, and maybe I can go ahead and check it out. Maybe we could learn from each other. I think it would be really awesome. So if you have something interesting to share about your disability, do make a video or answer it in the comment section down below, and maybe I could read them, maybe I could watch it. I will leave that up to you. So if you are watching this, I tag you to do this video, so go ahead and do it. I dare you. So that is basically all these questions for the disabled tag. I wasn't really sure if autism counted as a disability. I suppose it's a learning disability, so I guess it's worth giving it a shot, right? So if you guys have enjoyed what I had to share in this video altogether, be sure to sucker punch that like button down below. Comment down below as well. Let me know if you are interested in doing this tag. Leave your answers down below or link your video if you've done this tag yourself. And of course, if you guys are completely new to this channel, and if you haven't done so already, please do dedicate the time and effort to subscribe to my lovely channel, join my little army of darkness, and if you hit the notification bell, you will be notified whenever I upload a brand new video. So yeah, if you guys are interested in sticking around, please do hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on a single moment that I end up uploading a brand new video. If you guys are interested in my gaming channel, that will be listed in the description box down below. And if you guys are interested in watching my live streams sometime in the very near future, that is also listed in the description box right down below, along with any of my other social medias if you are interested in checking that out yourself outside of YouTube. With everything said and done, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a completely chill week and awesome day or night, and I will talk to you all soon in the next video. So until then, stay completely dark and so fucking brutal and awesome, my friends. Take care and goodbye for now, and I will see you guys in the next video.